So I got this comment this morning from DJ Pollywood. It says, if I was to go to the card store today, what pack should I be looking at? I seen you mention Prism, but yeah, it's been a hot minute and I'm itching for some packs. So my first question would be, are you watching sports? If you're not currently watching sports, I would say start because it'll make it a lot more fun. But I would say go back to when you were watching sports. What year was that? And then I would find out the rookies from that year. And then after I had that information, I would start looking at either Prism or Tops. Maybe Upper Deck if you go back into like the 90s. So I'm going to talk about the differences between all the packs in this video. So let's jump into it. So my go-to for football right now is Prism. The reason I say Prism and not Tops is because right now, Prism or Panini, they have the licenses for football. So that means that they can put the logos on the players and not get, sued for it. And right now, Topps has the licenses for basketball and baseball. Now, Topps will have the licenses for football starting 2027. So 2027, Topps Chrome football will have the license. So that's the first thing. So if it's anything before 2024, Topps Chrome doesn't have the license for anything but baseball. So it's kind of tricky, but once you kind of understand, get your bearings on what's licensed, start there. Because with the last thing you want to do is not the last thing, but a thing you don't want to do is you don't want to buy unlicensed products. It's tricky because they're usually cheaper and it's like, oh, I can just grab some of this. You're probably getting something that it's not going to be worth much outside of the entertainment. So I kind of I wouldn't say tricked, but I learned about this last year when I opened up Topps Chrome basketball. I opened up a lot of Topps Chrome. I mean, I knew it was unlicensed because I understood what it was, but it was my first time actually paying attention. So, for example, this Topps Chrome Cosmic. Let's just do Topps Chrome basketball, and I'm gonna show you what the cards look like. We'll scroll down and we'll find one. Here's one. This is Zach Edey. Now you can see, to you, it probably looks like a normal card, but the trick is you don't see any of the logos. You don't see the Grizzlies across the chest. You don't see the patch on the shorts. Usually I think there's a patch or something on the shorts. You see a Nike logo, but you see a number, the colors, and there's no indication that he plays for the Grizzlies on the card. It's just about him as a person, which is cool. The cards still sell, but I mean, this card has, it's out of 50 and it's got one bid with 1 hour and 9 minutes left. Nobody wants these cards. Like I have some of these, I try to sell them and I can't get rid of them because nobody wants them. So I would say I would kind of say if you're not going to buy Topps Chrome 2025 basketball, then don't bother unless you're going to go back to now this is how we can figure it out. So I have on Market Movers. Let's go down here to my Seal Basketball, and I have all the Prism basketball on here. So 2015, 2016, 2017, all the way up to now. Well, 2024, which was the last year of Prism. So if you want 2024 basketball, get Prism. 2024 all the way back to, I think it's 2012. You're buying Prism basketball. And same thing for football. But as of now, you see I have Topps Chrome in here for 2025. It's the first Topps Chrome since 2011. So 2011 and back, well, Topps Chrome started in 1996. So 2011 to 1996, Topps Chrome. And then it depends on what sport. It kind of gets tricky when you get to the older stuff. I have to know more. But I would say if we're talking basketball, late 90s, Topps Chrome. If we're talking basketball, period, I would say Topps. If we're talking late 90s, I would say Upper Deck, but no, Topps Chrome. If we're talking baseball, I think it's Topps Upper Deck. And then now it's Topps Chrome for baseball. And I'm not big on baseball. I'm not your guy for baseball. But football and basketball, those are my sports, and a little bit of Pokemon. So I would say, after if you're watching sports, go off of who you're trying to pull and go back to their rookie year. And usually if it's anybody any good, it's going to be kind of expensive. Like we can look here and see right now, these are $725 for the hobby box because they're, this is the first Topps Chrome, and we got Cooper, I almost said Cooper Cup, Cooper Flag. And he's playing really good. It's a couple good rookies in this class. And then it's like, okay, well, do you want to rip packs or do you want to rip the boxes? Me, I do a little bit of everything. For me, I don't like ripping hobby boxes. Hobby boxes are the best to rip. You got to find that balance. Hobby boxes are the best to rip, but they cost the most. And after you got through the box, if you didn't hit something amazing, you feel kind of disgusting because they're like $700. You could have spent them on something else. So you better hit. And a lot of times you get some good hits. They're fun, but the auto better be good for most hobby boxes. That's why I stick to retail, because retail, it's, the Prism hobbies that you see me rip, those were like, I want to say $34 right now. So these are called, the retail ones are called blaster boxes. Yeah, they're going for 30, 37, 25, but with shipping is coming out to about the same. So make sure you're watching, plus shipping, because you might get screwed on the shipping if you're not paying attention. But I can rip I can rip two, I can buy two of these, spend about the same amount of time, maybe a little bit less time, but spend a good amount of time opening them up. And I don't feel like I was really, really wasteful because I'm $60, whereas if I opened up a hobby box, do I have it on here? Prism 2025. Let's just use 2024, which is a loaded class, but $1,600, and when these came out, they were always high. Like they were always like above 1,000. So although I pulled some heat in one of them, I think I opened up two. The first one I didn't get too much, but the second one I pulled this Malik Neighbors. I'm gonna always talk about this until I pull something bigger. But let's go football. This Malik Neighbors Black Pandora out of 25. I mean, it's going to be a while until I pull something like this. Well, hopefully not, but this was pulled out of a hobby box out of 25. And then I sent it in and I got a 10 on it. It was my first PSA submission. I sent it in. I didn't see. I was like, man, this thing is black and it doesn't have anything wrong with it. I sent it in. It got a 10. And there's only 25 of them. And I sold it at the top, 46. And hopefully I don't regret it. Hopefully, he's a bub. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully he doesn't turn out to be the next Jerry Rice or something, which I doubt. But, if he comes back, I could regret that one. I should actually take this one out so I don't watch it anymore. But it happens. But I wouldn't recommend going into it trying to make money. Go into it to try and scratch that itch. Like you said, you want to scratch the itch. Go into it, scratch the itch. And I would recommend starting with something that for one, the players. You got to know who's playing. So if you're not paying attention, make sure it's a sport that the players, and you make sure you know the players. If you're not watching basketball, don't do basketball. If you only remember the guys from this generation, go back to that generation. But what we can also see is as we go back further in time, it's just why I don't like ripping this stuff anymore, is because they get more expensive depending on the class. Like I've bought some of these, so I'm kind of betting on these. But you know, Patrick Mahomes rookie year, the box is $11,000. You know, so if you want to try and pull a Patrick Mahomes rookie, you're gonna need to be rich, and you know, 11,000 isn't much to you. But pretty much everything is $400 going back in time. And the ones that are like 400, they're really not worth ripping because they're low for a reason. There's not really many rookies in there that are, but the reason I think these are undervalued though, which is, I should do a different separate video, is there's still players in these that were playing back then that, you know, Patrick Mahomes wasn't in there, but I think Tom Brady was still playing, you know, Aaron Rodgers was probably playing. I can't really remember, but you know, there still were some stars that you could get an auto of them in these cards, 3 autographs. So it could happen. So to me, they're undervalued. And that's kind of why I started accumulating the tops. I haven't put those in the list yet, but I started buying the Topps Chrome from pre 2012 before Prism. So that's a good segue, because let me show you some of that. So I wanted to do this thing called like a mail day where I show what I got in the mail. So let's jump into it. So here are some of my recent pickups. Got some of these in the mail recently. So I told you guys I was buying Topps Chrome football, and I think I'm about to start working on the Prism now. So here's Topps Chrome 2013. Hobby box. Don't remember how much I paid for it, but I think this was the cheapest one because there's no like Tavon Austin. I don't even know who that is, but you know, there's a chance of some heat, you know, for somebody else who might not be a rookie, but they were playing during that time. But I'm not gonna open it. This is Topps Chrome 2012. I guess this is RG3 rookie year. I'm not sure. Another fairly cheap one. But the cool thing about these years is they weren't making much because sports cards weren't popular. So I think this stuff is going to get really hard to find over the next 10, 20 years. I think this is a nostalgia that hasn't quite hit yet, and I think I'm right in front of it. I actually feel like I might be too late because it's like, yeah, I'm at that age where this is my nostalgia right here. RG3. Here's another one. This is the oldest, I think, so far that I have. 2006 Topps Chrome. And this is Reggie Bush and, man, I forgot his name. Not Steve McNair. He's Tennessee Titan. I'm going to think of it. Vince Young. Yep. Yeah, their rookie year. It says 250, but I think I paid more than that. So those are my hobby box pickups. You know, and these aren't going to get opened. I'm going to put these away in a box and not open them. Here's another pickup. Destined Rivals booster box. These things are pumping right now. iPhone mode. I said I'm gonna top blast it. I want to just have one so I can be at peace. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be like, oh, that's around here, buy one. You know, now I'm at peace. Where they go down, it goes down. All right, let's open up some mail. This must be a lot of cards that I bought. Probably Pokemon. I said I was gonna start filming all my openings because I've had one. Oh, these are my Phantasmal Flames packs. I bought these. I guess I did. See, this is where I like buying stuff too, because I don't remember buying these. I thought I bought Astral Radiance, but it makes sense that I wouldn't buy Astral Radiance. Let's open one. You know, let's open up this. Yeah, I'm gonna keep the Gengar for sure. You know, maybe we let's go with the flow, man. I think I had bought these for my kids, so I might give it. I think that's why I have them, because they kept asking me for some Pokemon cards. Nothing, 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 nothing. We're looking for that Charizard. Think it's a dud. Now, how do I not open another one? Right? But I'm not going to. There's the code card. So these right here will go into the, probably get these to my kids. Actually, I'll probably keep this one. It's shiny and give the rest of them to my kids. All right, what's next? And these right here going in a box, and we're forgetting about them. You know, feel free to go back and watch some of the older videos too. Okay, so I think we got a flat. Of course, they put it in what I don't want to show. Brandon Miller rookie. Hornets are going off. Is it a 9? Yeah, about a 9. I don't know why. I don't know why I was buying 9s. Sometimes I just want to get a card, so I'll buy a 9, so I don't overpay. This is at 125. It's like still numbered though, like just because it's still rare. So let's see how it looks, and then I might, send it back in. I don't see anything wrong with it. Centering. I want to do a video going over like what I look for when I'm grading cards. It looks good. So it'll go in the PC. And here we have, this is something light. So this isn't a graded card. What is this? See, this is why I want to open stuff on camera, because people be sending me the wrong stuff. Oh, this is that pack. I bought a pack of cards, and it basically guarantees that Tom Brady is in here. Because what they did was, now I wanna find out though. They slid this one up right here. But I don't want to mess it up. But up under this, and which is an Ndamukong Suh, which is not a bad card for one. So this is why I bought it. The Tom Brady card is worth how much this pack is. But so you could say, well, just buy the card. But I get 1, looks like 2. I think this one in the back isn't a card. I think that's a protector. Yeah, that's a protector. So I get 2 extra cards and the Tom Brady. So it's like I got some more cards. So I kind of felt like I was getting a deal there. And the Tom Brady is up under it. So and if I ever want to get rid of them, I'll be like, yeah, there's a Tom Brady up under that. You know what I'm saying? And that like jumps the price. It's fun. You know what I'm saying? So I can do the same trick he did to me. It's like, there's a Tom Brady up under there. And it was pushed up so you could see Tom Brady. Unless he lied, but I'm pretty sure it's up under there. So yeah. And I think that is it. I mean, some other notables. Got this 2007 Topps Chrome. Not sure who's in this one. It's the year after Reggie Bush. And then I got the PC, Cam Newton, 2011. And what's cool is, people aren't really looking at Cam Newton like that. Like he's a GOAT for sure, but he's a slept on GOAT. So I can get Cam Newton stuff for pretty cheap. But yeah, hope this video helped you out, and subscribe and hit the like button if it did. Peace.